I hope you enjoyed watching Partly Cloudy. It's a really cute Pixar short. I always am amazed at how much information comes across in some of these cartoons when there's no speaking. Something to think about. So in the movie Partly Cloudy, we're going to take a look at the plot diagram and how the events of the story play into this. So at the exposition of the story, we meet our characters. We've got a stork and a dark cloud, and we learn that the storks are the ones that deliver babies, and the clouds are the ones that make babies. And we see our two main characters, the dark cloud, who is a very friendly, happy cloud, but seems to only be making dangerous babies for his stork carrier to carry. To kick this conflict off, and we're talking about the conflict both for the dark cloud and the stork, we see that the dark cloud makes an alligator. Oops, there's my typo. I'm going to cover that up. Makes a baby alligator for the stork to carry, and it immediately bites the stork's head. And we see that this is kind of the beginning of where these problems are going to begin for our two characters. As the story goes on, the dark cloud makes a ram who headbutts the stork, and he has to carry him while he keeps headbutting him, and he's flying. And then we see him make a porcupine who uses his spikes to hurt the stork. But each time the stork happily, lovingly takes this package and delivers it. But when he returns, he looks a little bit worse for the wear. Finally, we see a little bit of a change in the story. Our twist is when the stork leaves. He flies away from Dark Cloud, and he goes up to another cloud who's very happy and friendly and makes nice things. And as a perspective of the reader or the viewer, we perceive, just like the dark cloud does, that the stork is leaving him because he's tired of getting beat up. And Dark Cloud gets very angry. We see him make lightning. He starts to cry and it rains. And then all of a sudden the stork returns. And we see that he didn't, after all, go visit the other cloud to leave the dark cloud, but he returns. He's got some protection. He's got some football gear that's going to help him. And so as a resolution, we now see that the stork has protection against dangerous animals, and Dark Cloud is happy. Now, if we look back on this and think of, well, why did somebody write this story? What was the message that this person was trying to say? That's going to get us to our theme. When we look at theme, there's not always going to be one exact right or wrong answer. So one theme we could say is that the true friends will stand by you through good times and bad. And Dark Cloud learns that when he sees how unhappy Stork is, and yet Stork finds a way to stay with him. Another theme we could apply to this is that loyalty is a valued quality with friends. Okay, so again, a cute story, very easy to just take the pieces and parts of it and put them in a plot diagram to summarize the story. Some other terms you're going to need to know are tone and mood. We're going to talk about characterization and point of view. So if you flip back to your cover of your flip notes, on the first page you're going to see a little thing that defines the difference between tone and mood. And they're very closely related. So tone is the speaker's attitude toward the subject, the writer. The writer's attitude towards what he's writing about. They can be positive, so you might read something that's playful, something that's compassionate that makes you feel for the character, something that's very encouraging and motivating. But tones can be also very negative. You could tell if the writer is bitter about something, if he's very paranoid, and if he's sarcastic. So again, tone is the speaker's attitude or the writer's attitude. Mood is the atmosphere created by the author's words, and you as the reader are the one that perceive that mood. When you're reading a story, you might describe it as gloomy or suspenseful or mysterious or romantic. So what I want you to do on the next video of the blend space activity, there's just a little video for you to watch about the differences between tone and mood.